Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to episode 20. Oh my god, I can't even believe it. 20 of the You Are Not Alone series. This is part 3 of the What's Your Story chapter, and this next one is a little bit more positive and uplifting, and that's why I'm wearing this ridiculous, intense makeup look. The body painting is going to pair well with the makeup that's on my face right now. And this next story is about self-acceptance. And this story comes from a friend through a friend of mine, and her name is Brittany. Brittany actually works in makeup retail just like I do, so her and I have a lot of common ground. You know, with a piece that's about self-acceptance, I really wanted to do something fun on my own face and kind of show my true colors, if you will, while I'm telling Brittany's story of showing her true colors. This body painting is about to get a little funky and fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy this. You know, while Brittany's story does end on a positive note, she went through a lot, and she's going through something that a lot of you, I'm sure, can relate to. And if you can't, I'm sure you can think of a situation in your life when you had to accept a certain part of yourself that was maybe hard to disclose, or maybe it was awkward telling friends and family members. For me, I can, say it could be my sexuality, it could be a multitude of other struggles that I've dealt with, and I'm sure you've dealt with in your lifetime. So I'm gonna start Brittany's story. She writes, "My story is one of acceptance, although it took a lot of time and struggling to get there. I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome when I was 5 years old. Yes, 5 years old. For those of you who don't know what Tourette syndrome is, it's a neurological disorder characterized by involuntary tics and/or vocalizations, and often the compulsive utterance of obscenities." Can you imagine that? Being 5 years old and not understanding why you can't control the random sounds you make or the involuntary head shakes. I cannot imagine that. All the while also being told they don't necessarily know the causes and that there's no cure. It's confusing and scary. The hell it is. It's crazy. I think that the worst part of it, understanding it yourself, is going through your adolescent years surrounded by peers who don't understand it either. Sitting in a classroom and feeling the stares from the other kids whenever you twitch or make a random sound. It's horrible. It's embarrassing. So much so that I literally went through a good portion of my life not telling people I had Tourette's. Hoping above all else that they wouldn't notice my twitching. At this point in my life, it's just the random tics, the compulsive sounds I made, stopped around the age of 12. I refused to let my friends know because I was so worried that they would look at me different, that they would think that there was something wrong with me, and stop being friends with me. I didn't even let my boyfriend, now husband, know until we had been dating for a good 5 years. Yes, 5 years. If anyone brought up my twitching, I would act like I had no idea what they were talking about. It took me 23 years to finally accept myself, to finally be comfortable opening up publicly on social about having Tourette's. It was exhausting not letting people know. It was exhausting dodging people's questions. "You're twitching or something, are you okay?" I was done being embarrassed of something I have no control over. I I now do not worry about people glancing at me or constantly wondering, they must think I'm so weird. I'm happy. Having Tourette's is part of who I am. It's part of my story and my struggle. I want to be a role model to people with this condition who are embarrassed and confused. The last thing that she writes is, my name is Brittany White. I'm 29 years old. I've had Tourette syndrome since I was 5 years old. I am not embarrassed. I am not ashamed, and I am not afraid to be myself anymore. First of all, I love the story that you told. Second of all, I want to explain what's going on here. So the body painting reads, self-acceptance was the key she needed. So I painted the key, I painted the lettering on it. So the whole idea is, you insert the key, I accept myself, turn the key, and then all of the bands unlock. And underneath everything is this gem heart. I kind of wanted to make it kind of about how, you didn't even tell your husband for 5 years that you had Tourette syndrome. So it's like, I feel like once you accepted yourself, you almost were able to show him, your heart. In some ways in life, self-acceptance really is the only key that we need, because the more that you can accept yourself and the more that you are actually 100% you, the easier life is. The easier any trials or tribulations you might have, because you know what, you've relaxed, you're comfortable, you can be yourself, you're not doubting yourself, you're not second guessing. It's easier to progress and succeed, and who wouldn't want a day with, no self-doubt or self-judgment? That's doesn't exist. I hope that you guys that are watching this took away from Brittany's story, and I hope you can learn something from it. I can't wait to tell the next story. I will see you at episode 21. I don't know why, but I feel like this is like Kingdom Hearts or some shit with this skeleton key.